Hello, it's me, I'm back. A lot later than I anticipated. This may not be a very long stream, but I wanted to get through some story. So we're gonna get started. Let's talk to Alize. We're starting 5.5 today. Good news, Dima. Thancred and Urianger have finished their tour of Garlemald and are on their way back here even as we speak. As we still haven't heard anything on the towers from the Alliance, I'm hoping they might be able to shed some light on things. They're due to arrive at any moment now, so let's see what they have to say, eh? Ah, welcoming party. You needn't have gone to the trouble. From what I hear, you've been more than busy enough as it is. Honestly, you might have waited for me to return before discovering a cure for tempering. As it is, I can't even pretend to have been involved. Well, if it's any consolation, I myself was little more than a spectator. The lion's share of the credit must go to Alize, Graha, and Dima. But I believe I speak for the rest of us when I say we are proud to have rendered what little assistance we could. As you will also have heard, though, it hasn't all been tales of triumph. Just as we were taking a step towards finally addressing the primal threat, a pile of fresh problems landed in our lap. Anyway, it's good to have you back. Though I can't help noticing that we're one Urianger short of a scouting party. You haven't lost him, have you? Oh, I couldn't lose him if I tried. And I did try, repeatedly. But no, he decided to linger in Alamigo to apprise Rauban and the others of how the land lies in Garlemald. Then mayhap you would do the same for us. Indeed, it was just as Lee said, worse, in fact. Devastation as far as the eye could see. Nerva and the Third, however, were notable by their absence. Might they have met their end at the hand of Xenos and Fandaniel? Perhaps, or perhaps they simply lost the will to fight. You see, the capital has been plunged into a deathly silence with one exception, the Imperial Palace. It was a busy place before the war, but it has grown busier still, with throngs of soldiers and civilians working there day and night to rebuild. Or rather, transform it. Transform it? Into what? Oh, I don't remember this. That is a difficult question to answer. The construction is vast and unsettling to behold, like something from a nightmare. According to Urianger, certain aspects of its design were clearly devised with the manipulation of Aether in mind. Magitech, in other words. Yet as unnerving as said edifice was, it was nothing next to the sight of its builders. They swarmed the place like so many insects, working with nary a word exchanged between them. No one overseeing construction, no one barking orders. It was as if they were possessed or tempered. We wanted to investigate more closely, but given our suspicions, it seemed wiser not to take the risk. If Fandaniel could bind Bahamut to his will, he might have done the same to the people of Garlemald? Might he have? Whatever the truth may be, this information is certain to prove valuable. You have our thanks. Sorry, sending a quick message. There we go. Well, be sure to save some for Urianger, which reminds me, I have a message from Alamigo. Rauban is hosting a meeting to discuss the latest findings on the towers, and he requested our presence. Then why not leave that to us? You must be weary from your mission. No, I'm fine. Those towers have been on my mind since I first spied one on the way back, and I'm keen to get to the bottom of this. In that case, I shall stay and begin looking into another matter as I promised Kryl. We need not all attend. Very well, I suggest the rest of us make our way to Alamigo forthwith. The sooner we leave, the more time we will have to speak with Urianger before the meeting. There we go. And we're off. To the Alamigan Quarter. We're going fast. We're going fast today. There's no way we're gonna make it before, it's supposed to meet with people in like 30 minutes. No way we're gonna get to where I wanted to be in that point, but that's okay. We'll get some progress done, and I'll be that much closer to my goal. Ooh. A lookout point. Okay. I guess I need to land here. Okay, we'll do that later. There we are. Hi, Ariander. That's my, Cobra deer. My friends, much and more have I heard of your travails in our absence. Heartened am I to see you all hale and whole. As are we to see you safely returned from your mission, Urianger. I trust Thancred made you feel welcome. Well, if it isn't... Well, if it isn't Alphino and his merry band. Hey! Arnvald, what are you doing here? When we spoke via Link Pearl, you told me you'd be away on a mission. And who's to say this isn't part of it? But enough about that. It's good to see you looking so similar. Thought you'd have grown a bit taller after a whole year in another world, but apparently not. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you. While my soul may be a year older, my body has hardly aged, as you are well aware. And may I remind you that we Elysian are known to be late bloomers, especially in terms of our height. Mark my words, the day will come when even a great aurochs such as yourself will crane your neck to meet my eye. Aye, 'twas not until my 20th summer that I myself outgrew my boyish proportions, though Minbreda towered over me nonetheless. Yep. Gotta find a link for people. It's in here somewhere. That's the wrong place. There it is. I had to send a link to people. Alright. Arnvald brings out the best in Alphino, doesn't he? They both seem so at ease in each other's company. It's almost endearing. So what exactly brings you here? Oh, for Dola mostly. We need to go over a few things before we set out. Set out? Wait, does this have something to do with the towers? Eh? What gave you that impression? Actually, tell me later. You've got a meeting to go to, and I'll see you afterwards, alright? If Fordola is going with him, that must mean... My apologies. As Arnvald rightly pointed out, we have a meeting to attend. Let us be about it. See if they're gonna read the dialogue for me now.
Ere we begin, I would like to offer my gratitude to Masters Thancred and Urianger. 'Tis no small feat to infiltrate the Imperial capital and live to tell the tale, much less in times of civil war. Thanks to them, we may plot our course in full knowledge of how the winds blow in Garlemald.
Full glad are we to have been of service. But verily, such dangers as we did encounter pale into insignificance next to those faced by our comrades. An Ascian, armed with the might of Bahamut, bent on bringing about the final days.
Theatrics. He sought only to make a show of the power at the Telophoroid's disposal. But since then we have seen no sign of this Fandaniel or his worm. And while we've done what we can to bolster our defenses, there's no telling where he might strike next.
Whenever and wherever it may be, we must use the intervening time to learn more of our enemy. 'Twas with this in mind that we dispatched scouts to investigate the towers.
Our advance party took longer than expected to return. And when they did, they tried to kill us.
Well, that's not
Luckily,
ideal.
I'd seen that sort of thing before, and we were able to restrain them before they did any harm. Then it was just a matter of letting the Porksies do their work.
Are you saying they were tempered?
Once they'd come back to their senses, they told us everything they could. It seems that just as they were getting close to the tower, they heard an ear-splitting roar. And that was the last thing they remembered.
Oh, that's ominous. Hey, Thomas! Porksies, yes!
But what worries me most is what they were saying right before they attacked. Glory be to Garlemald.
Don't like it.
The Tempered have heretofore ever been thralls to primal entities. Yet these hapless souls were compelled to accept a nation as the object of their devotion. This calleth into question all that we know of the condition.
Would that the unsettling news ended there. Alas, there is more. Following the earlier reports of missing Amalja, we have learnt that other beast tribes have suffered similar losses.
just like, oh yeah, there's a video. I shouldn't have laughed right then. Sorry, Aymeric. This is very serious business and very dangerous. We worry for the beast tribes.
And we now have reason to believe that the abductions are connected to the appearance of the towers. Our scouts sighted black-garbed figures leading shackled Ixal in the direction of the tower in Dravania. The Temple Knights were able to intercept them before they could reach their destination, liberating the Ixal and apprehending their captors, each of whom was found to be equipped with Garlean arms and armor.
So the Empire is the common thread.
With the support of Xenos, it seems likely that Fandaniel has rallied a faction of the splintered Garlean army to the banner of the Telophoroi.
Everyone expects the Garlean
Lord
Inquisition.
Hien reached the same conclusion when I shared our findings with Doma. The plan
Hien?
had been to march on Garlemald from the east and west in order to force a peace treaty. But the situation has changed. Dealing with the threat of the towers must come first. Given the nature of the enemy and the proven risk of tempering, I could think of few suitable candidates to aid in this task. But I am confident in my choice.
Garlean Inquisition, indeed. But now nobody expects the Eorzean Inquisition into the Garlean Inquisition. Aha! Perfect scouts.
What?
I love Alphino. He's such a, excitable younger brother.
Resistant to primal influence as they are, they can investigate the towers without fear of being turned.
So
We're
glad.
glad to put our gifts to use, Commander.
Gifted or not, going behind enemy lines remains a perilous undertaking. But we must know more if we're to strike back at our foe. I'm counting on you.
What?
If it would give us the upper hand, I'd do it 100 times over. We won't let you down.
Aww. I love them. They're so
That
good.
concludes the briefing. You two, make ready and join your escort.
Well, I mean, Fordola's kind of a dick, but our involved
Are
is
you
precious.
certain about this, our involved?
I am. Come on, let's talk outside.
This voice actor does a great job. Sad to know. Oh, I think he's worried. Worried for his friend. Alphino just likes he meets people and they just adopt him as their younger brother. That's like his entire story arc is people adopting him repeatedly. Excellent. Time to turn it in. While wearing one of my calamons I stole from Adrian. Where we always fixing everyone's problems. Can't fix my own problems, they want me to do what you're right! That's I don't know why anyone's trusting Dim to do anything. He's a terror. Now that it's out in the open, I don't have to keep it under my proverbial hat anymore. He is everyone's baby brother. He really is.
So you know, I've already gone through all the formalities at the Rising Stones. Made sure to inform Jamolver and Vmar at Ralga's Reach as well.
Dim in his leather pants.
Arenvold, I admire your enthusiasm, but this is far more dangerous than anything you have done before.
I know the risks. And I also know what's in store if we don't stop Fandaniel from carrying out his plan. With this power of mine, I can make a difference. If I stood idly by, I would regret it for the rest of my life.
And you, Fordola? Is this what you want?
What are you asking me for? It's not like I have any say in the matter.
Grumpy.
Don't pretend. We both know Commander Eldin gave you a chance to refuse. And you didn't.
Calling her out.
So the Empire's finished, is it? But that's what they're all saying. That the great and glorious Garlemald slit its own throat.
A chaotic little brother no one realizes. Sad cat noises shows up with it. What's her name? Maybe. You know, it's a little chaos as a treat.
And now, from out of its twitching carcass crawls the Telophoroi with bloody Xenos at its head!
That's an image. That is a very visceral image. And fits.
I fought for Garlemald. Killed for Garlemald. What was I a part of? I need to know. Whatever it is, I need to know.
That's valid. Yeah, that is like, she killed her friends.
Very
for
well.
them.
If your hearts are set on this, I shall not stand in your way.
Fist bump. Yeah! Damn. His freaking ear just poking out.
If you've finished with your touching display of camaraderie, I have a question. Which tower are you planning to investigate exactly?
I don't know if that was even a Klondike bar. I think she just got like those dollar store ice cream sandwiches. Bro bumps, indeed.
Well, the one in Girabani is said to be tightly guarded. It's patrol after patrol out there, apparently. We'd be spotted before we got anywhere near it. Which is why we've set our sights on the one in Pagalthan instead. There shouldn't be anything like as many Imperials to worry about down there.
Even so, I doubt the local Amalja will look kindly on it if they catch you sneaking around in their territory.
It's true. Amalja. Giabani.
Fordola and I had a chance to learn the lie of the land in our previous forays there. We might still find trouble, but at least we won't lose our way. Well, we'd best not keep them waiting any longer.
Mayhap when all of this is over, we could take another trip to Loxeld. I would have you know I've become a rather capable swimmer since our last visit.
Alpha no.
Ha! I'll believe that when I see it. Though, to be fair, getting into deep water does seem to be a scion's lot in life. Take care, eh?
Aww. I like Arnval. He's just nice.
It means a lot, you know. You coming with me?
Well, still owe you for saving my skin, don't I? Can't return the favour if I'm not there.
I dare say you'll get your chance before long. That Fandaniel sounds like a tricky customer. Too much for the likes of me, anyway. But we both know I'd just be another soldier if it weren't for my gift. And I need to be a damn sight more than that given what's coming. I realise I can't hold a candle to a hero like the Warrior of Light, or Alphino for that matter. He might look like he's 12, but he's seen more action than most people see in a lifetime. No, the fact is I'm nothing like them, and maybe I never will be. But I'll be damned if I don't try. They're counting on me. On us. So let's give it our all.
I like their dynamic a lot.
He does not want for conviction, that much is certain. So let us have faith in him. Him and Fordola both. While they see to the towers, I would attend to another task. Chasing down this lunar Bahamut.
Ah, bloody thing. Can you hear me? It's Tataru. Oh, I'm happy to say we've managed to find Estinian.
Yay, we found him! We found the Lancer Man!
And I'm sorry to say he went running off again the moment we told him about Bahamut.
He's just like, no, I'm not dealing with this shit.
But he did mutter something about heading to Ishgard, so if you're quick, you might still be able to catch him.
Oh my word.
Even if we set out this instant, he may already have left by the time we arrive. Have her send the Bonanza to Ishgard. It may prove useful should we need to give chase.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my gosh, the freaking airship to chase Estinian down when he tries to
I'll
run.
see to it as soon as Kryl and I get back to the Rising Stones. Good luck.
While you go off on your dragoon hunt, Urianger and I will return to headquarters. We have much to tell the others.
I wish you every success in your search for our elusive friend. May we all meet again ere long.
I freaking love them all. Alright, Dragoon Hunt time! Yay! Let's go catch us an Estinian. So Estinian was bound for Ishgard. Whatever it is that brings him home, we must hope it will keep him there long enough for us to find him. Come, there's no time to lose. No, there isn't. He's a slippery little bugger. Oh my gosh, this Lala. Right, to Corthus. Here be dragons. There be dragons. They all be dragons. Dragging themselves to work. Oh. All present? Good. Let us split up and search for Estinian. Since we're relatively new to the place, Graha and I will look around the open spaces, squares and markets and whatnot. You and Dimma can delve into the nooks and crannies. Very well. Let us reconvene at the airship landing later, with or without Estinian. Good luck. Let's go! I think I shall begin at the Skysteel Manufactory, so perhaps you could try the congregation? Lucia may well have heard news of our friend's return. Estinian came back, he's like slinking through the city trying to avoid Aymeric. I feel like 90% of Estinian's character actions are trying to avoid work. Because he knows the moment people see him, they're gonna try to get him to do something. Good morrow to you, Warrior of Light. Lord Aymeric sent word that you would be attending the meeting in Alamigo, so I gather you have not come in search of him. To what then do we owe the pleasure of your visit? I see. No, we were not aware Sir Estinian had returned to Ishgard, but as I expect you remember, he is wont to come and go as he pleases. Mayhap he came seeking an audience with Lord Aymeric, only to find him absent? In any event, I am afraid I cannot help you. Perhaps one of your companions has fared better. What? That's a wall. The true power of the Reaper go very, very fast. Meow. Meow. That's the wrong quest. I don't even know what that quest is. There's two of them. The boy and Miss Sassy Pants.
No sign of him. Not that I've ever met him before, but the way Alphino goes on about him, I'm fairly sure I could pick him out in a crowd.
Speaking of which, it does seem awfully quiet. If the erstwhile Azure Dragoon had returned to Ishgard, would it not be a source of general excitement?
First the Scion's Coinkeeper, and now you.
Hey!
I'm beginning to think these meetings are more than mere coincidence.
It's like we're looking for you or something. Oh, the
Not
smile.
that I'm complaining. It's been too long.
Too long?
Estinian, no. Estinian, no.
You look an ilm taller and twice as rugged. It suits you, Alphino.
Oh, no! Oh, no! He's gonna die!
Quieter, though. Have you been giving him lessons on how to be the strong, silent type?
Oh, Estinian, you're gonna lose that hand.
I am not Alphino!
If the two of you are such firm friends, perhaps you should remember what he looks like. And what do you mean, rugged? Ugh! Had my brother mentioned what an oaf you are, I'd never have bothered looking for you in the first place.
Estinian Wormblood, the Azure Dragoon. He who fought and felled the dread worm Nidhogg at the Warrior of Light's side.
Oh, Graz, such a nerd!
To think the day would come when I should see this living legend with my own eyes.
He's so cute.
Would someone mind explaining what is going on?
Is everything all right? I thought I heard Alize shouting.
Estinian's just like, Alvino, help me!
Estinian! It's been too long. No, it's quite understandable. That was hardly the first time we've been confused for one another. Nor, I suspect, will it be the last.
Well, I, for one, will not be making that mistake again.
I should think not.
What I will say, for the second time today, is that you've grown. Inside and out. I can tell.
Oh, proud older brother. Yeah, never piss... Specifically, the small Elizan one. Never piss
One
off
can't
Alize.
remain a spoiled little lordling forever, you know.
Aww. Oh, I love them. They're
At
so
least
cute.
someone's having a good time. You know, when we were growing up, Alphino would never befriend other boys because he couldn't stand the thought of not being in charge. But maybe that's changed. He seems just as happy around Estinian as he does Arenvald.
He's growing. Perhaps he sees them as the brothers he's never had. I think he learned how to talk with people rather than at them. Well, you can't keep them all to yourself forever. Perhaps he sees them as brothers.
Huh. Good luck to them. It hasn't been easy being his sister, I can tell you that.
Cute.
No rest for the righteous, eh? Speaking of which, I was just on my way to borrow an airship to take me to Azisla.
Azisla? How could I forget? The dragon with whom Bahamut shared the deepest of bonds.
Aye, Tiamat, his mate. Even now she remains imprisoned on Azisla, though her remorse binds her faster than any shackle.
Oof.
I see. As the one who first summoned Bahamut, you believe she may be able to shine some light on his latest incarnation.
Might I suggest that we make the journey to Azisla together? I'm not sure if Tataru mentioned this, but we Scions have an airship of our own now.
I see no reason why not. Assuming your sister can bear the thought of sharing a deck with me.
Be my guest. But confuse me with Alphino again and I'll throw you overboard.
She's so sassy.
Ugh! I don't know who he thinks he is, but he's nothing like Alphino painted him to be.
You're just so grumpy. He's great.
I will admit, he is not exactly as I imagined him either. Based on what I had read of the man, I think I was expecting someone a little less... blunt?
She is great. Alphanangry. Look at her pouty face. She can take care of herself, you know. Yes, she can take care of herself, you know. has been quite some time since last I set foot in Az's Law, but I understand the three of you were here rather more recently. I don't suppose you chanced to meet with Tiamat during your visit? No, we only met robots. Alas not. We had no cause to set foot here in the Delta Quadrant, but I have studied the relevant records, which is not to say I wouldn't appreciate a first-hand account of your dealings with her. Well then, Dimma is the person to ask. As far as I know, he's the only one of us to have met Tiamat face to face. Even now she remains a prisoner of the Allagan Empire. Let's just say it helped that Midgard Sommer was there to introduce me. Helped that I had an introduction, cause I'm a gremlin who can't communicate properly. Yes, you are a friend of her father. I too have met with Tiamat. After the Dragon Song War came to a close, I came here to speak with her, a worm who had fought her own war against a man in another age. I wished to know if she yet harbored thoughts of vengeance, and asked as much. She said no. My hatred for your kind was extinguished long ago. But the guilt she feels for resurrecting Bahamut burns on undimmed. It torments her, even now. I see. Then your original reason for coming here was out of concern that Tiamat had been forced to summon Bahamut. Nidhogg is part of me. I feel his emotions as my own, and I know that he would not allow his sister to be made a tool of evil. In his absence, it falls to me to watch over her. Okay. Here be dragons and there be other dragons. Okay. Why is... Oh, there we go. Okay. It was just loading. Tiamat awaits. This way. Time to go flying! Oh, hello, Paisa. This freaking thing. It's always great pulling this out in serious story moments. How to Train a Dragon. First you... Oh, yep. Basically, you know how to train a dragon. You don't. It is an amazing mount. My sire's mortal companion, what bringeth thee back to this forsaken place, child of man?
It's plain she knows naught of recent events. Perhaps you should enlighten her.
Ah, that my sins should be repeated. I sense not the faintest stirring. As to who could have called him forth, I know of none save the dragons of Mercidia, our children. Mericidia? Me alone, my power is the big my power is depression. The icon claimed their souls when first he manifested. And robbed of their will, they became tools for the Allagan's dark designs. Multiple people share your power.
Much like those held here in Asisla. If dragons who worship Bahamut are required to summon him, that must mean...
Yes, the dragons of Mericidia are at the mercy of this Asian. There can be no other explanation.
Ash and I die by now.
Who gathered the Dragon Balls? My children! Accursed Asians, vile minions of darkness. Again you would profane the memory. Sorry. I keep trying to talk and then she keeps yelling. I feel like I'm getting yelled at. Again you would profane the memory of my beloved and strip our children of their freedom, their dignity. Are there no depths to which you would not stoop? Aww. That's really sad.
Your children's pain means nothing to them. They laugh at your kind suffering. But tears will not right this wrong, nor will lamentation see the perpetrators punished.
Snosk anta in Dramon.
What wouldst thou have from me, Slayer of Dragons?
Behavior befitting a great worm.
Damn
We
right.
came here to ask mighty Tiamat of the First Brood, consort of Bahamut, mother of the dragons of Mericidia, what she intends to do about the crimes committed against her children.
Santalan infan antosk. Goes rent on.
Estinian's a savage when he needs to be. Were I free, I would answer thine insolence with fire, but words shall have to suffice. Donuts fix everything. Take a car out and spin around in circles. Recall, mortals, that it was I who did first summon my beloved, praying with all my being to bring him forth. You who contend with icons cannot well be ignorant of the consequence.
You too were exposed to his influence. That you are yet in possession of your own will is testament to the indomitable strength of your soul. But were you to meet with Bahamut again, you fear you might succumb.
Snoska Dramon King. Nestra in. Illes I. Nesh al. And
Indeed, ask the Dragon Slayer, and he will tell thee the power... What? He will tell thee the power we of the First Brood wield. Were I to lose myself to the Icon's influence, all would pay the price.
Unmik. Nalstra ul an. Antal an. Smon. Tahi an.
But it is of little matter. For even had I the strength to resist, I yet lack the strength to break my shackles. This prison shall be my tomb.
On the matter of Bahamut's influence, at least, I believe we can be of some assistance.
Hmm.
If you're afraid of being enthralled, don't be. We have a cure. And while we've never tried it on one such as you, its basic principles are universal.
Speakest thou in earnest? Yeah. Did it.
There is no future for those bound to the past. That you committed a terrible sin, I do not dispute. But if you feel remorse, you may yet make amends. We offer you that chance. Take it, or you will forever remain a prisoner, not of these cruel shackles, but of your own guilt.
A chance to make amends, to lay Bahamut's memory to rest. When our own star faced annihilation. She's talking. They just stopped talking at the same time as the dragon. When our own star faced annihilation, Hydaelyn granted a sanctuary, and now your foes would bring about her destruction. This I cannot allow. For the debt I owe to Hydaelyn, and to all who have suffered for my sins, I shall fight with you, children of man. Yeah! Got the dragon! You got a dragon ally! Oh, smug smirk. Stinian's like, yeah, I did it. Well, Porxies have been shown to be effective in curing the tempered. Tiamat must be considered a special case. She is far, far larger and immeasurably more powerful than any subject treated thus far. Were we to remove her restraints only to find the process had failed, we'd be hard-pressed to contain her. Then, before going ahead, we should learn as much as we can about the exact nature of her condition. Do you suppose we can find that information here? Why, yes, we can. We can indeed. The Alligans kept detailed records on all of their notable captives, and I know exactly where to look. We shall leave that to you, then. In the meantime, the rest of us can turn our thoughts to the removal of those shackles. I know Alphino and Dima are, here well enough, but not you. Are you certain you're ready to see this through? Rest assured, Sir Stinian, that I am both ready and willing to give my all for the sake of this star, though that is not my only reason for wanting to set Tiamat free. While I do not claim to know all of her sorrows, I too once found myself in a prison of despair, and I well understood how hard it can be to dare to dream of escape. It took the encouragement of braver souls than I am to make me take the first step towards a brighter future. And now I would help Tiamat do the same. I gather you are not as young as you look. No, he is old. He's an old man. Mayhap when our work here is done, we could trade tales over a pot of Tataru's famous tea. And be indebted to her for the leaves and hot water? I think not. I see. Returning swiftly to the task at hand, then. I believe the nodes governing Tiamat's restraint are located in the sector known as the Flagship. Ah yes, we are familiar with it. The Aetherochemical Research Facility in particular. Oh, you may wish to take this. Spirit vessel containing a small amount of my blood. Which you just happen to be carrying around with you. I suppose it could seem rather odd. To explain, Rambros, Urianger, and I are researching the use of spirit vessels and the transference of not only of memories, but the traits of certain bloodlines. And so I keep one at the ready should any opportunity to test our theories arise. As for its use to you, you may recall that during our previous visit, the nodes here granted access access to restricted functions, having identified me as being of royal blood. And armed with that spirit vessel, I posit that they will do the same for you, even in the absence of, well, the rest of me. It seemed worth a try, at least. Agreed. We will take good care of it. To the flagship, then. Hey. What am I getting pinged for? Oh, well, I guess I'll find out in a minute after things load. Oh, we can do donuts on this. I had a proper controller, maybe. I'm making really good time. Yeah, I'm almost halfway through this patch. Always love when NPCs ask us, "Are you sure you can handle this?" The Warrior of Light. You now know what I have done, and yet you question if I can pick a few apples. Hey, apple picking's hard. Have you ever tried to, like... Wait a minute, Ray, how can you pick apples? You're too short to reach that high. Let us split up and search the flagship for the node that controls Tiamat's restraints. The ladder! But should you find a likely candidate, do not be tempted to make any adjustments. It would not do to accidentally release some manner of experimental monstrosity, nor less Tiamat herself in her current state. Our objective at this stage is simply to identify the relevant node or nodes. Once we have learned what we can, we should reconvene and compare notes prior to proceeding. What you gonna do with that ladder, Ray? Okay. I set the ladder up on the back of my chocobo. I have attachment points and a moving platform. Epic ladle pick. That sounds dangerous. Friction between metallic components detected. Temperature increasing to critical levels. Please replace damaged parts or retreat to a safe distance. Bzz. Oh. I'm gonna run away. Data link with Delta Quadrant broken. Possible cause, intruder interference. Advised deployment of automated combat units. Proceed. Please don't. Please desist. Do not deploy automated combat units. It's only dangerous if you're... No! It's dangerous because you could fall! Ray! Hi, Estinian. How's that little circle treating you? Aha. Clamorous node. Warning, scheduled dragon restraint maintenance due in 2020 years. Failure to verify system integrity may result in unscheduled specimen release. Excellent. Alright. Let's go talk to this little group here, and then we're gonna call it. I'm afraid Estinian and I have little to show for our efforts. Did you find anything? I did. A node which smelled like burned hair. Yes, a chirping node which spontaneously warned me about neglecting the dragon restraints. I found a way to activate mechanical sentries if that helped. No. Spontaneously, you say? Well, that does sound promising. Almost suspiciously so, in fact. But then you were in possession of the spirit vessel. I dare say it is indeed the node of which Graha spoke. You said it was chirping, you say? Very well, let us take a closer look. Here he goes. Alright. Gonna go do stuff now, and then come back and finish this up later. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, but I expect probably be able to get through the rest of this patch in like the next day or two max. Because I'm currently like halfway through 5.5, and then I only have 5.55, and then it's Endwalker. Yay! Alright. Thanks for hanging out, guys. It was fun to see both of you and chat with you. I will see you all in a bit. Goodbye!